Yo, Pierre, it's Pierre, and if you're new to the channel and you don't know much about me, I'm a big Pokemon fan, or at least I used to be a huge Pokemon fan, but I haven't kept up with the recent games. So, another thing I do in the channel a lot, some would argue it's the only thing I do, is make tier list videos, and I thought today I would make a tier list on all the Pokemon starters from generations 1 to 8, I'm pretty sure. And disclaimer for the beginning of the video right now, I'll get it out of the way. I didn't play anything past Black and White. For most of the characters for the games I did not play, I'll simply put them in this did not play category because it's not really fair to judge something I haven't played. But with all that out of the way, I think we could just get this started. So, first up, everyone can see, I don't know what order this is organized in, but it seems pretty friggin' random to me. So I'm just going to start off with the first one, which in this order is Bulbasaur. If you played all the original games, which I did not, hands up in the air, you got me. I didn't play green or fucking red. I mean blue or red, my bad. But I did not play the original games. I played Fire Red a few times on my friends' games. I never owned the games. But obviously I know a shit ton about the original 3 starters because the Pokemon anime. I watched that a lot when I was little. Great stuff. Pokemon Indigo League. If you haven't watched that, go check it out. It is a little bit repetitive if you watch it now. I got used to that last year. I rewatched it. It was pretty painful, but it was a lot of nostalgia, so it was worth it. Bulbasaur, he's a pretty cool character. I love all 3 of the original starters like most people. I think they're really cool. Thinking about it, he's probably my least favorite, and I feel like that might be a lot of people. I think Squirtle gets a lot of the show. Obviously Charmander gets a lot of the show in the anime. You know, Ash has a Charmander, obviously turned into a Charizard, but you know, they get more of a spotlight than Bulbasaur. Like I said, I love him. He's a great Pokemon. I love Venusaur, and I'm taking into account their evolutions, obviously. I love Venusaur. Ivysaur, you know, I could do without, but obviously that's a lot of the middle evolutions. I'm just going to place Bulbasaur at a B for Bulbasaur because I think he's a pretty good Pokemon, pretty solid. Obviously starting off good. Next up, we have Mudkip. A lot of the time, the water's going to be my least favorite. I'm just getting that out of the way. It's a little bit of a bias I have. Obviously, there's some outliers. I fucking love some water Pokemon on here. But for this case, I think Mudkip's probably my least favorite. I'm going to put him at, like, maybe a C. Honestly, I don't really think he's that great of a Pokemon, that interesting, but he's not terrible. Next up, we have Turtwig. I fucking love Turtwig. I love Torterra. I love Gen 3? Gen 3? I'm a bit rusty. I love Gen 3 or Gen 4. I can't remember which is Hoenn. I think it's Gen 3. I love these games. I played them a lot. Next to Gen 2, probably the most hours I put into Pokemon games was with Turtwig's generation. But yeah, I love him. Like I said, I'm going to probably place him high B tier because I like him, but I don't think he's as great as some of the other Pokemon on this tier list. Next up, we have Chimchar. I'm surprised I fucking remember this guy's name. I always thought he was a little bit overhyped, because I don't really know. Something about monkey Pokemon doesn't really sit well with me. They kind of look strange. I don't have a problem with him. I'm probably just going to place Chimchar in the C tier for now. Okay, next up, we've got Piplup. And anyone who knows me in real life, I friggin' love Piplup. I think he's a sick Pokemon. Obviously, Dawn had a Piplup, and Dawn is my favorite companion Ash has ever had in the anime. I had a Piplup growing up. Like I said, I played these games a lot. Piplup was my favorite. I think I named my Empoleon King when I was little. I don't fucking know why. You couldn't tell me, but I remember that. I fucking killed that game with him. He's sick. Piplup, that's probably the first S. Honestly, you might think I'm ranking these high, but I love Piplup. Next up, we have the first Black and White starter Pokemon on this list. It's going to be Snivy. And I'll get this out of the way. I think Snivy's the best starter from Gen 5. I don't think Gen 5 had that great of starters. I think they kind of slacked, but I definitely like Snivy the most. I can't remember his evolutions names, but I remember they looked pretty cool. They all had that sort of grass snake feel to them. But Snivy, I think, is not great. I'm going to put him in the C tier. He's definitely the best from Black and White. Next up, we have another Black and White starter. We've got, what's his name? Tepig. There we go. I remembered it. I thought I was going to have to search that up. He can't be above Snivy. I don't like him very much at all. I don't think Embor or whatever his fully evolved form is that great either. I'm going to put him in an E tier. Next up, we have Oshawott. I actually don't mind Oshawott's evolution. I think Samurott is pretty cool. But Oshawott himself is not that cool. And I don't think his evolution is that great that it like bumps him up that much. I'm just going to leave him in D tier. All right, next up we have this dude. I'm looking up his name. All right, this guy's name is Chespin, I think. I'm going to have to put him in did not play. I have no clue anything about this Pokemon. I couldn't tell you what his fucking evolution looked like, to be honest. Okay, next up, we have... I think this one's name is Fennekin. I don't think I have to look this up. I think this is Fennekin. I'm pretty sure I watched a series about Fennekin. I'm not really sure. I like this evolution. I mean, I like this stage of Fennekin, the first stage. I like how this looks. This is very cute. Isn't this the game where, like, they all have, like, a weird... sort of theme they stick to? Like, I think this one evolves into like it looks like a mage or like a wizard or some weird thing, and they all have like different weird little things they look like. I don't think I like the evolution of Fennekin very much, so I'm gonna place that in E tier. We've kind of got a weird little theme going on. We got grass, and then this is just messed up, but water, fire. Next up we have Croaky or Froakie or something like that. I think Froakie, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Doesn't Froakie evolve into that Pokemon Ash had? Greninja? Does he not evolve into Greninja? I know Greninja. Obviously, Ash had a Greninja, so I know that. And Greninja is friggin' sick. And that's going to bump Froakie up to the B tier for now. Actually, I'll put him in mid-C. I'll put him in high C, I think. Because, honestly, if you have two evolutions that are kind of dust, and then you have one very good one, I don't think that puts you in a B tier. Next up, we have a lot of people's favorite starter. My favorite starter from the first generation, Charmander. Obviously, Charmander. I think he's one of those starters that every line of his evolution is very good. Like, I think Charmander himself, obviously really cute, obviously cool Pokemon. Charmeleon holds his own. And then, obviously, Charizard. That's a lot of people's, like, go-to Pokemon when they think of something cool. Charizard is very cool. I think... Charmander's probably a A, like a high A, or maybe a low S. We'll see how it pans out. Next up, we've got this owl Pokemon. I'm going to be honest with you guys, didn't play the game, don't know what it's about. Eevee? Oh, we're counting that. Okay, well, Eevee... Fuck, man, that's a sick Pokemon. I'm going to be real. Eevee, with all the evolutions you got, does it have 8 now? I don't know. I haven't been keeping up, but even with 3 evolutions, that is sick. 3 different paths you can choose from. You know, that's sick. I always loved Eevee as a character. Eevee itself, pretty friggin' cute, obviously. And just the evolution paths just bump it up. But I never think of Eevee as a starter. Obviously, I know why, but I'll put him in B. Or her. My bad. Next up, we have Squirtle. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I think every Gen 1 starter, my bad, is very cool and good in their own right. I think Squirtle's probably my middle one. I think he's better than Bulbasaur, I think, in my opinion, but I don't think he's quite at the Charmander level. Top of B tier because I think he's a good Pokemon. Blastoise, obviously, really cool. Next up, we have Pikachu. Great Pokemon, in my opinion, because of the anime. Who uses Pikachu in the games? I know if you got yellow, like, sure, okay, whatever, but Pikachu himself is a well-known fact. He's not that great of a Pokemon. To anyone who's played the Pokemon series, they know he's kind of just like the mascot of the series, really. He's a great Pokemon. I love him, but personally, I wouldn't play as him, either way I put that, that sounds weird. Play as him, I guess. I wouldn't use a Pikachu in my lineup personally, but I can acknowledge that he's a good Pokemon. I'll put him in mid-C, low-C. All right, next up, we have Chikorita. And let me give a little rundown on why I'm going to place this character where I'm placing it. So as I mentioned, I played the second gen games the most. I'd say my second favorite video game of all time is Pokemon Soul Silver. Absolutely love it. My favorite Pokemon of all time, Lugia. My email has Lugia in it. I made it when I was, I think, 8. I picked Chikorita first. I played with all the starters in this game because I played it so much. I had a chance to play with all the starters. But I love Chikorita because it was the first Pokemon I ever got, ever. And that is just something amazing about it. I love Meganium. I used to call him Magnum because I was absolutely stupid as a child. But I love Chikorita. I think he is an easy S for me. Like, very easy. I won't organize the S ones because, honestly, S, it's on its own. Like, they're just all really great. Next up, like I just was talking about, Cyndaquil. Love Cyndaquil. Typhlosion, great Pokemon. Amazing line. Fire type, just very, very cool. What was that one move where the fire spins around in a circle? It was like Flame Wheel or something crazy. I used to spam the shit out of that. I don't actually know if that was good or not, but I did because it looked cool. And Cyndaquil, Typhlosion, amazing. S tier easily. And of course, Totodile. How could I forget about you? Feraligatr, one of my favorite Pokemon. All these are going in S easily. It's not even a competition. Next up, we have Trico. I think Trico is probably the coolest from this generation. I don't think Mudkip, like I said, is that great. I have him in D tier, obviously. I think Trico's probably holding his own as the best in that generation. I'll put him in mid C. Again, not a great generation for Pokemon. And lastly, our last starter on the list is Torchic. I don't think Blaziken's that great of a Pokemon. I don't think Torchic's that great of a Pokemon. This one, sorry to end it on a low note, but is not that great of a Pokemon. He's going to go in D, right beside his friend. Never mind, I think I like Oshawott more, actually. But as you can see, this is the final standings, I think, of my Pokemon starter tier list. I hope everybody enjoyed. You know, there is a very high Johto bias we have going on here, and Piplup bias. But what can I say, dude? I'm a sucker for the anime, and I'm a sucker for the generation I played the most, and the games that I probably have the most hours, honestly, ever. I mean, easily. It's not even close, actually. I probably have like 700 hours in this. Charmander looking kind of lonely in the A tier, not gonna lie. Leave a comment letting me know what I should do next. And obviously, please hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button. Leave a comment saying what your favorite starter is, or if you have a very big problem with any of these placements. And I'll see you all next week.